Welcome back. We're going to continue working with indices today using Math.random. Again, remember that all indices are integer values and they must conform to the rule of the whatever scalar you're working with, the data structure you're talking about. In the case of this time, we're working with the array data type in Java, which means that the scalar we're going to be working with for all of our work is going to be the dot length, no parens, remember, because it's not a method, it's just a data member for the array itself. And so when we're working with array indices, that's how we're going to be taking a look at that. So we're going to use that as the scalar for all the operations we're working with this. As you can see right here, I have a string array named examples. So Java, APCS, computer science, and algorithm, a string array, pretty simple. And then for int index is 0, index is less than 10, index plus plus. And int random index is assigned a new int. It's cast as an int, and it's going to be a math.random times the examples.length. So it's going to use the scalar of the length of the array as the what we're using to find out a value and that. And the random text will be the examples sub that index. And then system.print, and we'll print that random value out of that. So go ahead and we'll access that and see what happens as we run this a few times. So let's go ahead and take a look at the code. So random value, computer science, Java, APCS, algorithm, APCS, computer science, algorithm, computer science, computer science, computer science. There's no way we're not going to get repetition of this because we've got running 10 times on a value that only has 4 things in it. And in the case that we have 3 in a row, that's totally acceptable for being random because we're grabbing a random value out of that. I run that again one more time. Let's see what happens. Hey, same thing. This time we've got APCS 4 times in a row right off the bat. And so you can see that we've got a random value being extracted from that. And we're extracting that value out of the array by using the accessor of the square brackets on that. And we make sure that we're within bounds by making the scalar be something that is up to but not including the dot length of that. So we have a valid value that we can work with that. And that's because, again, when we're working with math.random, it's inclusive on the 0 but exclusive on the 1. So it never goes up to or exceeds the bounds, which causes an index out of bounds exception. And so working with arrays using math.random is a great way to extract a random value out of the array any single time you want to work with that. And all we have to do is use that as the scalar for the math that we're working with that, make sure we cast it correctly as an int, as always, and then we can extract whatever value we want to put in there. Or we could assign random values as well. We're not doing that for an example, but it'd be a great thing you could do to practice doing some more stuff is how to assign a new value to a random index inside the array over and over and over, and then see what the results are after that. I hope this is helpful. Cheers, see you next time, and have a good day. Bye-bye.